Welcome back to the Pedaling Parents.
Today we're talking about training plans.
Training plans.
I always use this book. What is it called again? The Mountain Bike Training Bible. It's by Joe Friel. It was kind of the first one we got, like the first bike book that we got. He kind of lays it out, how to make your training plan and how to, just like how to make it for yourself. He doesn't like tell you a plan.
Yeah.
He just kind of gives you a few different steps. Oh, I really liked using just it's a plain like planner from Dollar General. I love that planner for like everything. It's like a couple bucks. You just fill in your month and you fill in your days, and then whenever you want a couple weeks of rest or a month of rest, you just don't fill it in. And it's like, I don't know why, but I feel guilty for buying like an expensive planner that I have half the year missing in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really basic. But I do like looking back on our my old like training record book or whatever. I don't know what it's called. And I found one page in the notes. I said, "Am I pregnant?" like with like an exclamation point. Like, okay,
Was that with Oliver?
What's happening? I think so, because I was getting ready for Melting Man. So I'm thinking that was because I was like, I could see in the past that my heart rate was higher, and I just was like not feeling good doing workouts, and so it's kind of nice to keep track of that. I mean, I always look at my resting heart rate anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of numbery that way, maybe, I guess. Okay, so making a yearly training plan from this book is super easy. I've pretty much narrowed it down to like 6 steps. The first step would be like determine some goals for yourself. Remember that you can only control you can't control if, like a race, you can't base your goal off of like, I want to win this race. Because you never know who's going to be there, right? So I did hear this recently, to make your goals SMART, which is a pretty cool acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So SMART. So I thought it was a pretty cool acronym to remember, how to make your goals. Step 2. You really want to figure out what your limiters are. Limiters are what's keeping you maybe from making your goals, from meeting your goals. And then like from figuring out those weaknesses, those limiters, you want to make objectives based on that. So like, okay, my limiter is time. How am I going to utilize my time better? So my objective, I guess, would be use some early mornings if I have to. Get up early Saturday morning and do some long rides. Step number 3 is to determine how much time you have during the season. Do you have a lot of time to put into this, or do you have like really not that much time? The app that I use goes by training load. And, don't forget when you do this, you're doing this in 4-week blocks. Step 4, list and prioritize some races. Figure out which races are like your most important and which ones are just like, hey, I'm just doing this for fun. There's a website called crosscountrycycle.com. We're not affiliated with them or any other books or anything, any resources that we've mentioned through this video. But crosscountrycycle.com in Michigan here, they have a list of all the races this year, when they are, details like how long they are, if they have kids races, that sort of thing. It's a really good resource. I love it. I'm really thankful for it. Whoever runs that, because I can just get on there and check stuff out. Once you list and prioritize your races, you want to divide your year into periods. There's more about periodization on YouTube, blogs. yeah, you better read about more of that because I couldn't cover that all right here in this video. But after you figure out your races, you want to divide your year into periods based on like where your high priority race is at. Step 6, assign your weekly hours. Kind of narrow down like how much you're going to be able to put into this week or that week. Like I said before, if you do 4-week training blocks, remember that your first week should be sort of a medium intensity and build up until you get to the end of that 3-week block, and then focus on a rest week. Give yourself that rebuild time. Don't forget to do like some testing, just to like even if it's just a time trial, like in 30 minutes how many miles can I go, or something like that. You can also do like a heart rate test, a power test, and then don't forget to keep thinking of your rate of perceived effort to help you when you're not like totally focused on a computer in front of you, like during races or things like that. Also, don't forget to be flexible with life. We have kids. Sometimes the baby's fussy and that afternoon workout just doesn't happen, and that's okay. You know, you have to just kind of go with it. You know, hey, it's just an extra rest day, which is sometimes what you need anyway. So step 1, make smart goals. Step 2, figure out your limiters and then make objectives based on that. Step 3, figure out how much time you have for the season. Step 4, list and prioritize your races. 5, divide your year into periods. And then 6 would be, you know, assign weekly hours and, you know, plan weekly workouts, things like that.
And I like to use the Carmichael Training Systems. He wrote a book called Time Crunch Cyclist. That one's worked pretty well for me. I haven't started any of them yet this year. But I'll be starting a program for that. Probably 12 weeks out from when I plan to ride Lawless. So for now I'm just riding the trainer when I can, and in the road and whatever trails are dry enough, which haven't found a dry trail yet.
Not yet.
But I like that book because he's kind of got, based off of whatever, you know, race you're going for, whatever your goal is, he's got different plans for if it's an endurance ride or, you know, a short race or something like that. He's got different plans kind of already laid out that you can make work. So that really helped me.
It's kind of nice to be just told what to do sometimes.
Yeah, I was able to
just
flip to that page. I had it dog-eared and
yeah.
Okay, today is this ride, and that's what I used for lumberjack training.
Yeah, I'm more of a journaler,
Journalist.
I don't know what you want to say.
You like writing stuff down?
I like writing stuff down, and I make ridiculous, copious amounts of like records for no reason except for the pure enjoyment of just being like, oh, look at what I've done. And so that's not you though.
I hate writing stuff down.
you have it all in there. It's just recorded. So
I don't like writing stuff down.
I have lists everywhere. So you can't go wrong either way if you have a plan. Even if it's a short-term plan, like a couple weeks of doing this or 1 month of doing that, that's more than nothing.
There's a lot of good books out there you can check out. Just help keep you, you know, for me it's nice. So I don't have to do so much thinking about it. Just grab it and go. But there's Strava and all kinds of different apps too to help track your training and do stuff.
On a side note, that Kudo Coach app that I have does everything that I would do on paper. It does it in a digital form in an app, and it'll like it keeps track of your training stress. It like has these pre-planned workouts for like a smart trainer. You just hook it up and it works with your power. It's a really cool resource. Kind of makes indoor training a little more exciting, even though I don't mind indoor training. It's kind of fun. But it works with like it works with Strava, and it can work with Garmin too, although I haven't gotten it to work with my watch. I think it works with like a heart rate strap. So I know we have one of those, but I haven't used it. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that app.
I don't have an app. I don't like apps. But I like having a book I could grab and, you know, you can read through and he explains different things and why you're doing it. So if you don't have anything like that, I would recommend it. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Look on eBay.
But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing this year and what we normally do. We'll see how the races go. We've got Melting Man in a few weeks. And we got a surprise. So, thanks for watching.
Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.
Leave us a comment. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Wait.
Should tell you that. Okay.
And that's the best thing. That I have half the year. I was actually chicken.
Can you tell it's early morning? We can. Real coach. She's pretty happy with it.
Because I talk about it all the time.